Hey guys, John here. So I'm out in my backyard. I was about to film a video called 4 Different Ways to Carve a Jack-o'-lantern. Basically, the premise was I was going to make a few different jack-o'-lanterns or pumpkin displays with varying levels of difficulty. However, I'm not very good with a knife and I can't be trusted. And I tried to make that video and it didn't go very well. So one of the things I am good at is making pretty things with paint. And so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you today how I found 2 or 3 different techniques to make pretty pumpkins for Halloween without needing to be good with a knife. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to make this pumpkin white. I've hollowed it out because I'm going to be spray painting it and we wanted to eat the seeds, so I figured we'd hollow out the seeds before we spray paint everything. But step 1 is make this guy white. So I'm going to bring him out here into the grass. I'm going to get some cardboard to put underneath him and then we're going to spray paint him white. I've got you propped up weird, hopefully it doesn't fall over, but I've got some white spray paint. We're just going to spray this guy. I don't think the whole thing needs to be white, just the face. So I'm going to use you kind of as a guide for what the front face of it is. Okay, let that dry for a minute. And then I'll come back and we'll do the next layer. Hopefully we can get it a little more white than this. So that's a second coat. I think it looks pretty good. I'm going to let this dry outside. And then drop the camera. I'm gonna let this dry outside, and then once it's completely dry, then I can bring it inside and we can add some fun little details to it. Okay, this has been made white. It's the next day at nighttime. I've been busy all day, I'm sorry. But I'm going to be painting on this guy. You see some of it is chipped off a little, it is what it is. I'm going to be making a little simple thing with just red, blue, black, and white. So just those 4 colors. I'm considering I'm either going to make this, which I have drawn out already, and stick with our Scooby-Doo theme, or I'm just going to make like a little haunted house. But either way, the first thing I got to do is paint a circle. And so I'll just do that. I think I'm just going to do a little haunted house scene. Okay, so blue. I don't really know what I'm doing here. So I'm going to go in, make a dark purple color. See if we can add some clouds. Yeah. Okay. I need more white. I'm gonna grab white. Okay, I got some more white. I'm gonna try, see, I brought another brush out, to see if this softer bristle is any better. So I want a moon. Okay. Gotta be very liberal with my application of paint here. Okay, so let's do some ground. So here's what I got so far. I'm gonna put in a bit of a ground. All right, I'm gonna turn this to me so I can work on it a little. So there's the main house shape that I've done. I'm gonna add like a fence. Got some bats flying around. I don't really know what's going on. I'll put some I'm gonna do a spooky tree over here on this side. Just putting like a scarecrow or something here. There we go. So we've got kind of a spooky little scene going on. It extends way over here for some reason, but we've got, you know, a little spooky scene with a spooky house. And now that it's dark enough out, I can do my other pumpkin. And so I'm gonna put this guy away and I'll work on the other pumpkin. I'll be right back. Okay, so the first step for this guy is I have to thin out the front wall that I'm gonna be painting on. So we look here. This is one of the ones I tried to carve when I gave up earlier, but you can see I've got a big hole through here. And this back wall, I need to thin out so that it's very, very thin. And so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this little spoon here and I'm gonna try to thin this out. And so I'm gonna back you up and we'll speed through it and see what we can do here. I'm not sure how thin I plan on going, but I'm just gonna go until I'm happy. Or until my arm gets tired. So the idea here is that this is gonna be kind of like a glowing painting. And so I want this side to be thin so that when I put a light in here, it glows through the face of the pumpkin. And so the thinner I make this, the more it'll glow. So I'll just keep working away. Basically what I'm doing is I'm coming through here and I'm scraping this spoon along the inside wall, and it just shaves away at the inner wall. I'm going to go until it's reasonably thin. I'm going to run inside and I'm going to grab a skewer so I can see how thin this is. I'll be right back. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to thin it out about half that distance. And then I think it'll glow real nicely for me. Okay, I think the only way to tell is going to be to get a light in here. So I'm going to grab a flashlight. Okay, so I found a flashlight. We're going to test this guy. He's kind of bright. I don't want to kill any of you guys, but we're going to see if we can see through this with this guy on. A little bit, right? And obviously it's very bright outside, so it's hard to tell. So I'm going to find a dark room. We'll test it in a dark room. Okay, so I've got a dark room off to the side here. We're going to see how it looks. Okay. We can see, if I let this door shut behind us, it's glowing pretty nicely. If I turn it off, you can't see anything. This glows pretty nicely. I don't think we're completely finished yet, but we're getting somewhere. Okay, so that's a good start. We're gonna keep going. I'm just gonna work away at this, and then I will come back when it's finished. Okay, welcome back. Here is the hollowed out pumpkin, and I have a flashlight. Okay, so what I'm gonna make is I'm gonna make Scooby-Doo shine through this. How I'm gonna do that is play with transparency. So let me turn this big light off and show you how see-through this is in the dark. So it's a good middle darkness. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come through with a spoon of some sort and scrape away the outside skin layer. That's gonna give me one level of transparency. The regular leave it alone is gonna give me another. And then I have a black Sharpie to give me my blackest black. And we're gonna play with those and see if we can get a good looking Scooby. I'll turn this light back on real quick and grab my Scooby paper and we'll see what we can do. I've got this guy like this. I'm gonna start by marking things off with my Sharpie. There's our Scooby base drawing. Not ideal, not perfect, but I think it's gonna work for what we've got going on. Surprisingly difficult to get good line work on such a unruly object as a pumpkin. Not shaped very nicely for what I'm working with. But here we go. So I'm gonna leave his base skin tone standard pumpkin orange. I'm gonna take my spoon and scrape away everything that's lighter from the skin. And so here's my spoon. And I'm gonna start that with a bit of a kind of just wacky shape around them. Okay, so I don't think the spoon's gonna work. I think a spoon's too dull. I gotta grab something different, hang on. Okay, I'm obviously dumb. I was trying to peel the skin off of this with a spoon when I have a peeler. And so let's see if the peeler will do what I need it to. Sure does. But the problem is, it's not big enough. I thought that would happen. So I can't be trusted with sharp knives, but I can be trusted with butter knives. So I'm gonna try to do this with a butter knife. Yep, there we go. So I'm just gonna scrape away the outer layer with this butter knife. Now, even though this is a butter knife, it could still cut you. Be very careful. I've definitely cut myself with butter knives before, but it's, I think, safer than a really sharp blade, doing something you're not comfortable with. I'm just gonna keep working away here. I'll check in if I have to tell you anything, but probably a lot of quiet right here. I'll just speed through the video. I think if you had carving tools, this would be great for those. I don't know if I have any. Otherwise, I probably would be using them. I suggest getting carving tools. Who would have thought? Man discovers it's easy to peel vegetables with a vegetable peeler. Oh, wish I had one that was big enough. Animals jumping around in the trees. I presume that it's mice or rats or squirrels. At nighttime, the rats love to climb through palm trees. One of the many wonderful things about living here in Florida. But hey, I don't mind the rats when they're outside. I just don't want rats inside. Okay, we're making good progress. I wouldn't say this is the easiest thing in the world, especially without the proper tools, but I think if, for whatever reason, you can't have sharp objects, this is certainly doable. Get somebody to cut the pumpkin initially for you, so you can hollow it out from the inside, then you don't need anything sharp afterwards. Maybe if we're lucky, one of the rats will come up. I'll be like that swamp puppy guy who runs around barefoot in the Everglades. I'll yoink it up. Making good progress. You can see that I've scraped a bunch away. I just got this section down here to go. So there's the first bit. Now, he has a couple other light spots inside his eyeballs. We'll do his tongue and these little bits inside his ears. So there's all the highlights that I had to carve out. So I have my paint from earlier. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use my black paint to blacken up the line work. And then I'm gonna have to go get a smaller paintbrush. We have to do that now. Okay. Let's fill in his mouth. Okay, so I have to go get something smaller to do line work with. I'd like a pen to work, so I'm gonna go get my nice black pen, and I'm also gonna grab a thin brush for line work. Okay, so I grabbed this guy, and we're gonna try him first, and I've also grabbed this guy. Yeah, just not quite black enough with the pen. So we're gonna do some line work. Now, the key to line work, which is not something I do all the time, is having a wet enough brush that the paint moves freely, flows freely, but not so wet of a brush that it's translucent. Let's see if we can get the consistency correct here. That's so much nicer. Okay, I'm gonna turn the flashlight off because you can't see that yet, but you can see I'm doing some black line work with the pen. I'm just making sure to keep my hand steady and light here. I don't need to push down very hard. Oh, this is going so well. Let me consult with my flashlight one more time. Come on. Oh my gosh. You guys, this is insane. Okay, I've got to hollow out up here a little bit more. Okay, you guys ready for this? Here's Scooby, here's me. 3, 2, 1. How cool is that? Oh my goodness, that's so cool. No way, am I so right? What the hell are we even talking about? That is sick. Try to get this to light me up without blowing me out. Whoa, good morning. How crazy is that? One more time. That is the coolest ever. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, well, there's that. We made our little weird painting. I'd say this is the winner so far. And then next, what we're gonna do for the third method is we are going to do something that doesn't require doing anything to your pumpkin at all. You can leave it entirely whole if you want to. You know, you could cut it open and pull all the seeds out if you enjoy making pumpkin seeds, but this is a thing that you can do without doing any of that. You just buy a pumpkin and use it as decoration without affecting or working on it at all. And that's gonna be to make a floral arrangement. Now, I'm an artist. I'm not exactly a florist. However, my wonderful fiance Hillary used to work at a florist, and she is very talented when it comes to making floral arrangements. And so she's gonna help me for this next step, and her and I are gonna work together to make a fall-inspired pumpkin floral arrangement. Hopefully this is gonna be really cool, and we'll cut right to that. Okay, here we are in the car. We're about to go to Home Depot. I'm with Miss Hillary. So we are gonna run to Home Depot. We gotta get flowers for the arrangement. Flowers?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Well, we'll figure out what's there when we get there. But the only thing we know is that we're making an arrangement with a pumpkin and it's gonna be fall themed. She's the expert, she'll figure it out. I'm gonna kind of follow her around like a lost puppy and ask questions the whole time. And hopefully she can share some of her expertise with us. But let's get to it. All right, Home Depot. Ready to do this thing, girl?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Hopefully you can hear us all okay. I'm gonna follow you around and you're gonna tell me what's up though. All right, so we're here. I'm following you. What are you thinking? What are you looking for? We're, you know, if you've been to Home Depot, you know what we're at.
This is exactly what we're looking for.
So you like stuff like this?
Mm-hmm.
What are these? These are mums, you said?
Yeah.
Why mums specifically? Just cuz?
Mums are traditional fall kind of plants because of the fall colors.
Fall colors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I see that. I see that. So the pumpkin's orange. Do we want orange flowers?
No,
or?
I'm thinking I kind of want a burgundy kind of color because the pumpkins have orange and a yellow tint. So.
Okay, okay. And then obviously the leaves will be green. And so reds and greens are complementary. I know that being a painter. We're kind of looking for that, right?
Yeah.
Cart acquired. You like it? Yeah?
This one's broken.
Oh, it's broken?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why
sad
there's
face.
that hole in it.
Number one. So there's
After some serious delegation.
deliberation, something like that. So we've got our first, these are mums, you said, yeah?
Yes.
Burgundy. So is there any other colors you'd like or what?
I really wanted something yellow to pop. I just don't like the pricing points.
Oh, yeah. Well, Home Depot.
I really like those,
You like these?
but I don't like them for $25.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, what you got?
The options are dismal and depressing.
So when I think floral arrangement, I don't think potted plants. Why are you choosing potted plants for this? Just, it's a different way to do it or what?
Because they're hardy.
Okay.
They're going to last longer. The pumpkins are going to last a month. I want my flowers to last at least a month.
Oh yeah, I guess if you cut a bunch of flowers, they're
Yeah.
already dying.
We are in Florida, so there's no guarantee that mums are going to make it through the season. $15 I'll have to do.
Okay, so that's what we got so far. Keeping in mind the pumpkin's orange. Kind of like this cart, so it's a good gauge for color.
These are seriously our options. They're dead.
Severely limited, huh?
I did think that I would like a clan show, but I don't think a 4-inch pot for $10 is the go. I should not steal this.
Okay, we're out. Shout out Brianna. She was a cashier. She helped us. She had crazy ass doodles all over her apron, and I gave her one of my cards and had her subscribe to my YouTube channel. so hopefully she watches this video. Shout out, thanks Brianna. Okay, so Hill started already. Here's our stuff down here. You can see my pumpkins I've already got. My painted one and Scooby. These are some other ones that we've bought so far. And then we've got hay laid out from the bunny room. So you don't really have a plan, right, Hill? You just kind of go in until you like it? Okay. Yeah, she says that's the best plan is no plan. So these guys light up. So we've got an extension cord from up there pulled around here, and we'll kind of hide it in this stuff. What is this called again, Hill? Is this the Wandering JEW? Not a great name. Mildly anti-Semitic, but it is what it is. So yeah, we're gonna just kind of work away and I'll check back with you. So these are some aloe plants that we already had.
They're fierce, spicy.
Yeah, I like them. So here she comes with the flowers we got yesterday. I don't think we're like anything solid right yet. We're just kind of getting it out here to look at it. Yeah, we'll pull them out and we're gonna reorganize to make things look nice. Okay, so we have a nice metal pail and our mums, these are mums, correct? Are sitting on some Duplo bricks in there. And we're gonna stick some hay out so that it looks like they're planted without us having to go through the effort of planting them officially. Yeah, and it's good for drainage and things like that. So there's our hay added to them. I think that looks really cool. And so now we're kind of organizing the pumpkins around. We don't want them perfectly evenly spaced, I'd imagine, right? Just like anything else, we want it to look natural. Get some more alfalfa for the thing here. Steal it from the bunny room. Bingo, baby. This is the good stuff. Okay, slight intermission. I've got my disc golf basket over there. It's about 36 feet away. West Side Discs Crown. I don't know. It's not the putter I normally use, but if this goes in first try, you have to subscribe. Oh, bingo. First try, baby. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Now you have to subscribe. So I couldn't figure out what it needed.